Okay, so we're inside now. I just entered in this door right next to the garage door. There's a primary entrance here. And as you can see, we're in the garage. You'll have to forgive me throughout this video because I am inside the house now wearing a face mask. And despite my best efforts to try to stay in shape, I just can't seem to breathe as well as when I don't have one on. So the garage is nice and spacious, nice workbench in the back here. It is listed as a 2-car garage, so you can definitely fit 2 vehicles in here. It's a single bay, single door. So we'll start here and then we'll work our way through the house as we come through the garage, if we were entering through the garage. So when we first walk in, we're gonna notice a wide open space, right? It is really nice. Nice and open in here. That's definitely a bonus. One thing I will point out are the Rinnai direct vent heating systems. That is the primary heat source in this house, and it's probably one of my biggest concerns is efficiency purposes. There's not a singular connected heat source like baseboard heating, forced air, things like that, right? It's multiple units throughout that run off from propane. And the information on usage is present in the property information report. So on the back here, you've got these nice large sliding glass doors, really nice, leading out to that back deck that we saw in the original video, going out to the backyard here. And this space right here, nice and wide open, potential living room. This usage could be pretty much the same as the other room. I think they probably used that as the living room past the kitchen there. So the kitchen is kind of the central focal point of this entire house. As you can see, there's ceiling fans throughout, so that's a positive. To my left, there's 2 ways to get upstairs. This is gonna access this back bedroom up here, which has a mounted projector. And then the other way that we would get out there is through the kitchen and around the corner, through the other living space. There's another access over there to get upstairs. So we're just kind of poke our way through, give you multiple angles, and we'll take a look at things like closets and such. So I presume this would be used as a coat closet. So obviously these large exposed beams throughout is kind of a nice touch in the house, and it kind of matches up with everything that's in the kitchen. We're gonna take one more look back here. That's the door that I just came through. Sliding glass doors. These railings are actually quite cool, present on the other side as well. So the windows actually look quite nice in here. I think the windows that I pointed out on the back side were out towards the garage themselves, but the interior ones, they do look like nice windows. There's some nice trim here. This is kind of like an old Victorian style with the rosettes, but everything seems to be quite tidy in here as a whole. Kitchen is really cool. The functionality of this, and as far as like a conventional home goes, it's a little different than your normal, given it's the focal point of this entire space. But you can literally have a conversation with somebody from one side of the house to the other, which is kind of cool. The flooring is actually really nice underfoot. Hardwood flooring seems to be very nice. Lots of counter space and cabinetry. Everything seems to be pretty well put together. Hardwood. So I'm just going to open a few things. It's not like a really cheap material. It seems to be pretty well made all the way around. And of course, this countertop is actually really, really cool. It's present in the entire kitchen, of course, and in the island as well. Appliances seem to be in very nice shape. So it's not like an urgent need to replace them. This whole island actually is really nice, having the sink right there in the island. This is runoff from propane, of course, which is the main heat source for the house as well. But it seems to be a very nice spot here. So I'm just gonna give you another angle of the kitchen looking back to the main door where I entered. Okay. So here's that other living space that I was referencing before. Again, ceiling fans. There's your other heat source here. That's that direct vent Rinnai system, and also a wood stove. So that wood stove is going to put off a lot of heat and be a very good primary source probably for this space as well as the upstairs. But you have these 2 units down here to primarily heat this space off from propane as well. I've already opened up our little utility closet here, so we'll take a look at that. So if you're not using the garage, this is probably going to be your main entrance point. Outside of the garage, of course, you have that nice deck outside with a little wood rack. This would probably be as you enter the house, walking into this space here. And kitchen will be on your left. All right. One of the questions I did have, this house is equipped with a central vac system. Are all the attachments and the hose present? Because these replacements for a 30-foot hose can run upwards of $500. So I did want to check on that. It seems like that's present. The attachments here as well. What you see here is an electric hot water heater. There's 2 elements, a top element, bottom element. That is, I think on the property information report was listed at 6 years old. But in addition to that, like a lot of homes out here on the islands, you have a pretty extensive water filtration system listed in the property information report as utilizing reverse osmosis. So you have a softener. You also have multiple different, what I presumably would be carbon filtration. As you can see, there's filter here, filter there, and a couple down there as well. So just keep in mind that this might be a little bit of an additional cost. You can see the spare filters up here. So those probably run about maybe $10 to $20 a piece. And I'm not sure about the frequency of replacing those. So, all right. So we have another door leading out to the backyard. As you see here, I'll just give you another angle. So it's actually a pretty nice little fireplace area here. And obviously it's vacant at this time, so you don't have all the nice decorations and the furniture and everything to really show the place incredibly well. Okay, so this part of the house, I believe, was all the original structure. So you notice some older features in the house itself. For example, there's some wallpaper in here. This is our first bathroom that we're going to take a look at. Just gonna give you an idea of the height of it here. So standard ceiling height. Here's your washer dryer hookup. As you can see, there's a sign on the toilet because the water's been shut off here because there's nobody home. So they're shutting the water off for the time being. But washer dryer hookup, and there's our little pedestal sink, some storage space in the shower. So nothing highly customized in here, like a tile shower or anything like that. This is kind of just a standard shower. So probably want to, bring this up to speed a little bit because it doesn't really fit in with probably a higher end house, if you will. All right. Progress out of here. central vac hookup, as you see there, throughout the house. Again, you have hardwood flooring up here. And you can notice a difference. It's a little bit worn in here, and I think that's where your addition starts from where the original structure was. So walk into this room here. Just looking for, there's our closet storage space here. There's me. Open this up. So it looks like it's unfinished in there. There are a couple racks, but it is an unfinished space. Take a look at this room as a whole. So as I back up, you know, it's I'm kind of hitting my head on this right here, so it does kind of, given the structure of the house and its design, you know, it comes in a little bit, so you are limited to this space, but it's a decent bedroom. I'm just gonna give you another angle. There you go. Back out to the stairwell that we just came up. One thing I will notice is the smoke and CO detectors seem to be pretty well updated, actually. So if that's photoelectric, we should be in good shape. You can also see potentially, I'm not sure if this originally was intended to be there where the addition started, but all questions we can ask. So again, kind of you've got a closet here, no real room for hanging anything. This probably would be used more of like an office or a study. But it does flow from one side of the house to the other, all the way across the top. So keep going. Now we're gonna come across a bathroom here. So as you can see, there's a single sink. There's a lot of space here. And this is a full bath. And again, it's they're not high-end components or shower doors, so it's not, but there are two heads. Okay, so again, I'm just continuing my way through the house, all the way from that back bedroom through each room into this bathroom, and now into a more recently finished, the same flooring is downstairs. This really nice open bedroom, which I would presume would be utilized as the master. It's kind of a funky layout here. Either that or kind of like a living room space. You know, this is fully carpeted, but it doesn't have direct access to the bathroom like this room does. So this would probably be more of a common area or a living room space of some kind, like a rec room. So carpeted, again, you've got another heat source here on the far end, and that's where they have that mounted projector. And these stairs, we'll head down those stairs to access that main living room area that we entered in through the garage. Okay, just to give you another angle of this room. There you go. Plenty of closet space over here. I'll just open those up. We'll take a look through this sliding glass door here, looking out to our backyard. And that nice little patio here. Probably not a bad, quiet place to have your morning coffee. There's our closet. There you go. And then some additional storage space here. You can see in there. This is actually probably really nice if we have access to the tub here, the shower components for maintenance purposes. That's probably why it's left that way. That's actually a big bonus. Okay. So again, working our way back out to that kind of rec room area. pretty cold here in Vermont right now. We're looking at 38 this morning, and about probably around, I want to say mid 40s right now. So here's our view out of the rec room, and just give you one more peek looking back. So yeah, so the flow of the upstairs is 2 access points at the very end and everything else in between, right? So my presumption would be the master would be access here, and there's a shared bathroom in between that, that we noted. So hopefully I gave you enough angles of every room. I'm gonna head back downstairs. And as you can see, we're back into our open living space where we first entered. And there's our kitchen and other room beyond that. So that should give us a pretty good look of everything, and hopefully that covers it. Thanks.